Hi, this set of critiques is for Kristin, Ramona, Joe, Ronald, and William. Hi, Kristin. I think you've done a fine job on this point-of-purchase display. It is a great size. It is very great size, meaning that it fits the shape and form of your product very well. Seems to hold quite a lot of them. It is well branded. We know once the display is assembled what's in the box. It's uses the Hershey color. The logo is quite prominent, and it seems to be well sized for a countertop display. Excuse me. But I did really enjoy reading your critique. I thought your critique was very insightful and identified some of the weaknesses, which would only come through building it and using it. I wouldn't have even noticed that you can't get the last couple of candy bars out, but you're exactly right. The cutout doesn't go down far enough into the display to make getting out the last couple of candy bars very easy. And again, you're right about the logo on the top of the box. The branding really should continue, not only in the display, but also in the shipping container. So you make two very good points there, which is even more impressive to me. So I think you have a great display, and I think you have a great understanding about what this display is supposed to do and your own successes and failures with it. So fantastic job here. I think you did really, really good work. Hi, Ramona. It looks good. I do like the fact that you've done a gravity-fed display. I think that there's two really good solutions for this project. One is a functioning shipper, and the other is a shipper / gravity-fed display. And I think that you've created a solid one here. What's nice about them is, to be effective, they don't have to be complicated. And to be effective, what they have to do is function well and have bold graphics, and you do that here. I think the branding, at least on your next to last version, is quite strong. The color of the shipper itself is the color of Tootsie Roll packaging, and you have the logo type in very prominent areas. So I think it would be impossible to walk by this and not know that it was for Tootsie Rolls. I do think you go a little over the top on the last one. I don't think that those additional graphics are needed. I think that they just kind of confuse the issue. I think the simplicity of just having it say Tootsie with the and using the product packaging colors is enough to effectively communicate what the display is selling. And I think that gets overly complicated by the appliques that you have there. But if I go back to page 2, I think you have a great solution. So that's the one that I'm going to remember. Really good work. I'm really pleased with what you've produced here. Hi, Joe. I think it looks great. I really like, one, the simplicity of the graphics, and two, the thought that you put into how this actually functions as a shipper, and the from your original concept of it all the way through this. I think that it's been a great project. Just because of the transformation the box makes. I think it's really pretty interesting. I do like the new addition of the big batteries on the side. I think that really gets the idea across very quickly, and that the triangular shape that's made by the box breaking down like that is just the perfect place for that kind of graphic. The only thing that I would have liked to have seen done here that you didn't is show us how the product functions inside the shipper itself. So you have this really nice transformation. You have a very bold and unique display, but I'm still not quite sure how the product functions within it. But that is the only real shortcoming that I can see of that, and it's not it's more of a presentation shortcoming than an actual design one. So that if you were to update this at all, I would just suggest that you show some product in there, and it would help us understand how that works. Otherwise, fantastic job. Hi, Ronald. I really enjoyed looking at your presentation. The fact that you start out with it as the shipping box and take us through the transformation, I think, is a fantastic way of showing us how a shipper works and how your solution works. I think it looks fantastic. I think you've done a great job with the graphics. The size is perfect. The candy bars are, excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cold. Your candy bars fit perfectly in the box. It seems to have just enough to make it looks 12, 16 candy bars in there, so that's enough product to make it worthwhile putting it out on a countertop. The only suggestion that I have, only criticism that I have, is that the color of the backboard itself seems to be a little bit at odds with the rest of the display. The orange Reese's color seems to be have been exchanged for a gold tone that more meshes in with the logo type, and for that reason it makes it seem a little bit separate from the rest of the display. And my suggestion here would be that that orange of the Reese's wrapper, and that you have the rest of the display tray in, be applied to the background of your backboard. The besides that, I think it's absolutely spot on. I would suggest that you do that change and then take a decent photograph of it, and that it makes for a good solid portfolio piece. There's very few designers that can work in graphic designers that work three-dimensionally, and you seem to have this down quite well and have that transformation down quite well. So a decent photograph against a neutral background, white background, would really help in the presentation of this piece. Otherwise, really good work here. Hi, William. I think you have a solid solution here. It looks and seems to function very much like a traditional shipper, which is just what we need for this solution we need for this project. The branding that you have on it is very strong. It's easy to see the Hershey logo from any direction. It'll be very identifiable, that logo is, with the particular product. The form of it, shape of it, all that seem just fine. I'm not sure about the size, though. We don't have any size reference. If that's a dresser that it's on, it's absolutely huge. If it's a nightstand, it still might be too big. And one of the things in the presentation that would have been nice to have seen is one of the product in the display. So a few candy bars in the display to show us how the relationship the candy bar will have to the display itself. But beyond that, I think it's a reasonable solution. I think it's a solid solution. I don't think it's the most exciting one I've ever seen, but I think it is a very practical solution to this project. So good, solid work.